think this is a kind of a thought that ties in finances with beliefs and philosophy a little bit. It's the idea of leverage. It's the idea of fractional reserve banking. You know, in fractional reserve banking, you're allowed to lend out more money than you have. So if everybody comes to the bank for their money, there won't be enough money to give everybody because you've lent out way more than you're holding in reserve. There's also this idea with leverage, that you own something and you borrow against it 10 times the amount of the thing that you have as collateral. So if you can't pay your debt and the debt collector comes for the collateral, he's only going to get a tenth of what you owe him because that's all that there is. Belief is that leverage, and experience is the collateral that we borrow against. But it's not to anybody else, it's within ourselves. And the interesting thing about having more belief than you have experiences and reasons to believe is that when there is pressure applied to your beliefs, they will fail. And you will find that they are not backed by anything substantial. And you will find yourself in a state of chaos, of confusion. What's the word for that? Crisis. You find yourself in a state of crisis. It means you're over leveraged. And when we deal with it poorly, I think we tend to put effort into bolstering that belief. Like emotionally and mentally reciting the belief and choosing to believe the belief, even though we're in a crisis situation that suggests that belief is unfounded, that our worldview is inaccurate, that we don't have the experiences to hold us up during that time. We just use extra effort to maintain those beliefs. And at that point, we're kind of entering a state of delusion, where something deep within us says, this is not accurate. There's something wrong with our worldview. There's something wrong with our religious belief, our philosophy. There's something wrong with the structure. In fact, the structure isn't what we thought it was, and now that there's pressure applied to it, we can see that. That's the wrong way to deal with it, to try to bolster it. The right way is humility. But it's really hard to be humble about our beliefs if we believe that there is a God out there who's going to punish us for being wrong about our beliefs. Then we have a loyalty to believing no matter what. But I actually think that if there is a God, our crisis of faith, which is really a crisis of belief, faith is a misused word these days. Our crisis of belief is a tool that helps us to see that there isn't a foundation that we thought there was beneath us. The humility is an opportunity for us to take honest accounting of ourselves, to find out what's within us, what our experiences are, and to know the path forward. Because the chances are that when we go through a crisis of belief, it's not because we need to bolster the belief, it's because we need to do whatever it takes to have the experiences necessary to create a foundation that belief can sit on in a sober and meaningful way, instead of using belief as leveraging against our experiences 10 or 20 or 100 times the amount of the experiences that we actually have. That's a form of debt that is unsustainable. It's the belief debt. So if you go through a crisis of belief, consider humility. Consider being willing to say, I don't know, I thought this thing, but why did I think that in the first place? Loyalty to our beliefs is really dangerous for us, and actually for others. Loyalty to the truth, no matter what we believe, I think that's a better way forward. And there may even be a better way forward than that.